Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing, Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
So moved.
And second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. So tonight we have three board members in attendance: Julie McCormick, Susan Stevenson, and myself, Mark Greenwald. Luke Farron and Joyce Jiffer are unable to join us tonight, but we do have a quorum, so we can move forward with decisions for approval. And we have case number 3128, 63 Armand Street, where we have a decision written, and I motion to accept the decision as written in case number 3128, 63 Armand Street. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay, so the board has unanimously approved the decision in 63 Armand Street, approving the requested zoning variances. Next, we have case number 3115, 143 Herrick Road, where we are ready to vote on the decision as written, and I motion to accept the decision as written, approving the variances. Do I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor of approving the decision as written in case number 3115, 143 Herrick Road? Aye.
Aye.
So unanimously, we have approved case number 3115, 143 Herrick Road. The decision is written. We have a few adjournments to accept applicant requests for adjournment. The first is case number 3117, 104 Post Crossing. The applicant requests an adjournment to March 24th, 2022. I motion to accept the applicant's request for adjournment to March 24th, 2022 in the case of 104 Post Crossing. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then we have, in the case of case number 3116, 375 Ox Pasture Road, the applicant requests an adjournment to March 24th, 2022. I motion to accept the applicant's request for an adjournment in case number 3116, 375 Ox Pasture Road. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the board accepts the applicant's request for adjournment in case number 3116, 375 Ox Pasture Road. The adjournment is until March 24th, 2022. Then we have a request for an adjournment in case number 3125, 41 Van Brun Street. I'll motion to accept the applicant's request for adjournment to May 26th, 2022. Can I have a second?
Are we making conditions?
Well, I thought we could first accept the applicant's request for adjournment and then motion to require the applicant to repost and renotice. So to do it in two different motions, is that okay, Jeffrey? Or would you do it a different way?
That's fine. It's two separate motions. It could be one or two separate.
Okay. Second.
And all in favor of accepting the applicant's request for adjournment to May 26, 2022 in the case of case number 3125, 41 Van Brun Street?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Then the board would like to motion to require the applicant in case number 3125, 41 Van Brun Street to repost and renotice their application and in consideration for the adjournment to May 26th. 2022. Can I have a second on that motion?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we can go to our first case of the evening, which is case number 3127, 2020 Hampton Road. Is the applicant here to present?
I have Sia Lou here. Is she the applicant to this?
Yes, well, the applicant's representative, yes. Please let her in.
Okay. Here she comes. ICU, if you could turn on your camera and unmute yourself, that would be great.
Hi, good evening, board members. This is Yu Liu. I'm the architect for 220 Hampton Road. I made a lot of presentation last time. I did get a marching order from Mark to read the comprehensive study. I got the comprehensive study from the website, and the study was done in 2000. And I think the major concern from Mark would be that how would I know if there's no need in the future that an office will be desired in this spot. And the study really did not tell me anything. I looked front to back and forth, and there's really no data that like calculated, like, you know, per population of seasonal or per population of permanent residents, how much office space will we needing, or something scientific. And they have like a surveys they done to residents of either seasonal or permanent, not permanent, like year-round residents, and asking them what they would like to do to the street here, what they want, but not really like about offices. It's all about like retail spaces and stuff, parking and traffic. And I really couldn't find any data that about the office. So that's my first thing. And then the study did show a map showing this property. It was done in 2000. It was showing this property as a existing residential use. And then I would like to say, we know the homeowner is a real estate agent, and he been pitching this place to many people, doctors, professionals, and see if anybody would like him to build an office. And he has no taker. And the listing is on a multiple listing for a long time. I think it purchased in 2017. It was always being listed. And then he said to me that nobody wants to build an office. He didn't have anybody interested in it. And then the last thing we know, we wouldn't want to build an office if it stands empty. Because today I actually walked down the street left and right just looking, and I realized that 300 Hampton Road, that big building with like Italian made in the front and the big glass addition in the back, it's completely empty. So it kind of, it's not that we are trying to only consider ourselves being selfish to figure like what is best for ourselves financially to develop, and we have to be somewhat practical to figure out what really should be done in, or what needs to be done, not should be done, what needs to be done as a office district. So the comprehensive study said there is 3 office space. One is called Artery, they call it AO, that's from Main Street to North Sea. And another one is RO, we call it a residential office area from here on Hampton Road to Davis Wise Lane, I believe. And then the study did suggested to allow residential uses in both areas, and it's supposed to be permitted, but as I said, in the end, it didn't get adopted. And then there's a heavy district, heavy business, which is on 29. And I think there's a walking clinic at the end of Hampton Road and 39. So all in all, I really don't have anything concrete to present to the board. All I can say is I know nobody wants it as an office. And I think the zoning that was done in 2000, I also asked the village, since then, if there's any other comprehensive study. They said the comprehensive, they started in 2013 and they don't have anything. So, and nobody knows when there will be something that's in writing to help us. And I know it's very hard for board to decide because there's no guideline here and what is needed. And then if you look at the use chart, and I believe everybody probably by now had read the use table, and there's like permitted like a telephone exchange or something, you know. So the use table is kind of dated, and then nobody knows, you know, about COVID right now, like how they change the dynamic of workplace. And we all know that the company we work did poorly with their development and stock, and they hold so many office places and they lose millions and billions. So so that's what I'm trying to say. And I did talk to the homeowner quite a few times, you know, see if there's other alternative. And but so far we still like to do the residential, but we are open to what suggestion, because he did say somebody wants to open a coffee shop, and that will fall into I don't even know what it fall into, because that's not in the use chart either. And then I talked to Tim, and he said he might consider it as a restaurant, which is also a special exception use, which I need to talk to you guys again. And also we are also exploring maybe, because I read on the study and it says maybe there is a need for smaller dwellings for young people, because that's one of the concern. In 2000, in the year 2000, when they did the study, they did say that there is lack of housing that's like small in size. So we could maybe do some kind of smaller units on top of an office. Maybe that will be still have some office features in it, and then maybe we'll have a coffee shop. Maybe we'll have charging station with a coffee shop with Tesla cars. So, and that's actually requested, you know, because that's because, you know, the realtors, they have frequently requests from people. That's current, you know, we have to consider what's currently needed by people. And I know the zoning can be changed. And that's why we have the board here. So when certain zoning doesn't make sense anymore, and you know, we could change it. So I did talk to the inspector, you know, what will happen if somebody build a house and later on I say, oh my God, everybody wants an office. Can we convert to office? And they said, then you will have to go to the planning board, because they probably will still change, you know. So basically, I should say I tried. I did the marching all that. I did try, and I don't know what would be acceptable from me if you say, okay, you do this, and then what if I did something, what I need to do will be considered acceptable, because I'm not expert, you know, in this area. But I'm only talking for this lot. I cannot talk for the whole village, but I could maybe look for some formula, but it's not a comprehensive study. So. I'm looking for another marching order.
Well, Julia or Susan, do you have any questions or comments?
I don't.
All right.
So where would you like to leave the application at this point? Do you want to close it for all purposes? What would you like to do?
I don't know what does it mean by close for all purpose.
That we close for decision.
Oh, so no more presentation from me needed?
Do you have any more presentation?
Okay. So if you, of course, I don't know what the decision gonna be, right? So when would you be able to make a decision?
Mr. Chairman,
Sure,
Mr. Chairman, may I be heard for just one moment?
of course.
Thank you. And speaking to Mr. Wallach, the agenda that was posted today was posted 12 hours prior to the meeting. And one thing that I would suggest, just so that everybody has the opportunity to submit if they wish, is if the board is going to close tonight, perhaps keep the hearing open for written submissions if anyone should wish to do so, whether it be the applicant or anybody else who might wish to do so. I would propose to do that. Certainly, this hearing was properly noticed, but I think that the only open concern was that because the agenda went up earlier this morning as opposed to 24 hours ahead, that would give the best balance of to anybody who wished to submit something else in writing. So that would be just a suggestion. And I'm just looking to Mr. Wallach to see if he would be in agreement with that.
And what would be the deadline for written submissions?
Well, whatever the board would deem appropriate, if this matter is being passed to the next meeting of the board, which would be, I apologize for not having that right.
24th, March 24th.
So if that's March 24th, whatever the board deems appropriate, certainly you'd want to be able to read things ahead of time. So whatever date you set.
That would be Friday, the 18th.
You know, I am concerned about the chain of command here tonight. Don't you think our considerations should have been first, Jeff?
I
We are
apologize.
the voting members of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
I didn't mean to step on anybody's considerations. This was something I had meant to bring up at the outset of the meeting based on an agenda item. I apologize. I didn't think that I was.
Okay.
No,
I would appreciate it if it were recognized that the Zoning Board of Appeals is 5 members. We set our own agenda. We make our own decisions. Conferring with others isn't, and having them go first, they may want to comment, but I am not feeling comfortable with the way I think this is going.
I apologize. I'm not sure what I mean by having them go first.
Oh, okay. I feel you should have consulted us if that was your concern, and probably not at the meeting. Because you're our lawyer.
So what we can do though, Lucy, if you've completed your presentation, and it sounds like you're saying that you have, but I don't want to speak for you. Have you completed your presentation?
I think so. But like I don't want it to be just like what do you say? Like it's denial, but would it be something like could be worked out in the, like if you say completely no residential, can we still come back and do something else or no?
No, of course. I mean, if
We
we
could
say
still come
no,
back.
right, you could make another proposal. Sure, you're not precluded.
But then we have to start a new application, or we could come back and modify the same application?
You would come back with a new application because it would be a new proposal for a different.
Okay, so this application is only for residential. Say if you
Correct.
say no, then I have to come back with a different things. Is that what
Yes.
you're trying to say?
Yes.
I don't know if Chris has anything to say, so I don't know if I should close it. Should I?
I think we just have to make a decision here,
Mr. Chair, can I just
Yeah.
add something?
whether or not. I mean, I feel like we're negotiating right now. What are we doing?
Well, we can motion to close the public hearing and allow until Friday, March 18th for any written submissions and do that. So I'll motion to close the public hearing.
Hold on, are you gonna say anything today?
Come on.
I can if they want me to.
You want to? They want to close it, they want to close the
We
hearing.
are closing it.
Okay. I'll log on right now.
So when excuse me, I don't quite really know the process. So when you close it, that means no more presentation from us anymore, and you make a decision that's final, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And then you said so if I don't want it to be completely closed, I can submit written.
You would have the opportunity to submit a written document between now and Friday. And we would
Now and
consider a written
Friday.
document.
And so if I send in a written submission, I still would not be able to speak next time, right? Is that because you closed it?
Yes, correct.
So then after I close it, I cannot talk at all except one letter before the meeting.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty critical.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you were saying that you had completed your presentation, so I wanted to be fair. If you don't feel as if you've completed your presentation, you can say that.
Maybe I look a little harder and come back next time because I can see Julia was saying now. Okay.
Happy to hear testimony. If there's testimony to be, if there's testimony to be offered, I'm happy to hear it. I'm not happy to just keep delaying while you try to think of something. I don't see the purpose of that.
Oh, I'm not trying to delay anything. No, not at all. I'm trying to see if there is a way that I can bring in more stuff to you guys. Maybe I will work a little more, and I just don't know if I bring any calculations on my own, if it is acceptable to you guys or not. That's what.
Okay, so I don't want to close the meeting on you. We'll just motion to. Alex, did you want to speak?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I reached out to BFJ Planning, who, as you know, is working on the update to the comprehensive plan, and asked them if there's any particular guidance for Hampton Road or this corridor that might be helpful to the board's decision. I haven't received, obviously that would be in draft form. It still has to get approved by the trustees. But if the board thinks that that might be helpful to their decision, I just wanted to offer that we put in the request to see anything that's currently in draft form, and we're still waiting for a response.
Actually, that would be excellent, because if there is some study that's been done right now, even though it's maybe half-baked, it'll probably still help us. Is that what Alex is trying to say?
I don't think we can act on something that's just a draft. This thing is going to go on
That's
changing
true.
the
That's
master
true.
plan. I mean, aren't we supposed to deal with the laws?
That's beyond my knowledge, but
I'm not asking you, Lucy. I'm just trying to get, we have a certain job and it's based on certain parameters that
Mhm.
that are written. And that if there's something that, people are getting, they're trying to change the master plan, that's great. But until it's actually accepted, I don't think we can rely upon that. That's all.
okay. So
And
Alex,
it puts us, by acknowledging it, I'm not prepared to acknowledge something that isn't accepted. It's like, otherwise I'd be happy to, change some of the laws so it'd be easier to deal with some of these situations. But that just isn't how it works.
okay.
I'm not,
Yeah, I understand. So this education process for me too. So Alice, do you know when they're gonna be able to have some like written what is it called, comprehensive study or master plan done? Is it like
I
in near
I couldn't
future?
say. I know they're still accepting public input and there's going to be a series of workshops because they're still soliciting input. I believe that there are some sections of the code that have drafts written based on the work that's been done. But as you know, the process is ongoing.
I also have qualms about, then other applicants will come and say, you know, what's the draft? There's another master plan and a new master plan being made, and we have acknowledged the drafts. And then that'll make it impossible for us to do our job, to me.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
around.
I just feel like either it is or it is not the master plan. It's way overdue. I understand that. Perhaps you know, but there's nothing that, I don't feel good about opening the door to letting applicants opine on something that isn't established as what the village has accepted. We're supposed to be upholding what the village accepted. That I thought was my job.
Yeah, absolutely. So so we don't really know how long this plan gonna be adopted. So I was just hoping maybe we'll adjourn and wait for it. No,
Well, no, we can't. I mean, it's going to be months. So
Months.
I think our choice right now is, Lucy, if your presentation is completed, then we'll adjourn it for all purposes. If you want, I don't want to force you to do anything that you think you know, undermines your efforts. If you want, we can just say we'll adjourn it for all purposes, and then we have another meeting next Thursday. If you were able to come up with something new, some new information, then you can have that opportunity to present it. Otherwise, next Thursday, we'll close it for all purposes. Does that sound okay to you?
that's probably better because I didn't really discuss this with Chris, and I don't know if I close it on my own, what would he say?
Okay,
He has his baby today,
No
so
worries.
he's not.
So we'll motion right now to close case number 3. I'm sorry, to adjourn case number 3127 220 Hampton Road for all purposes, and then you're still on the agenda for next Thursday. At our
One more
public
time.
hearing.
Yes. Thank
Does
you
that
so
sound okay?
much.
Can I have a second on that motion, please?
Second,
And then all in favor?
aye.
Excuse me, Chair, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I do have 220 Hampton Road with a hand up that came in. I assume that's the man that is for the application.
We just closed it.
I know you did. I was trying to interrupt, but
No, it's okay. If he
talk
wants,
next week.
let the two of them talk, and if they have new information for next Thursday, we can hear it then.
Okay.
Does that sound okay? Thank you, Lucy. We'll see you next Thursday, most probably.
Okay.
Okay, I think we've completed the agenda. Does anybody have anything not on the agenda that they wish to discuss? Otherwise, we'll motion to close the public hearing. Susan or Julia?
I have nothing to add, but I'll second the motion.
Okay, I'll motion to close the public hearing Tuesday, March 15th of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.